Greetings, YouTube. The other day I did a video about the differences between static and dynamic magic systems and my preference for static systems. The most flexible I prefer to go towards would be the spell point systems like the Psionics Unleashed or the 3.5 Psionics rules. And a couple of people have written some interesting things about this on that thread. And one person said they felt that they didn't like magic that became completely predictable, which is what I want. I want a predictable magic system. You do A and B, you end up with result C every single time. And they commented that that becomes science. And I said, well, I'm thinking, well, yeah, it does in some ways, but it's science then not fueled by any means that we understand. Because I can think really, really hard, but my oatmeal bowl isn't going to move. But if I use psionic powers or magical abilities, I can do that. So yeah, if it's really predictable, it's science-like, but it's not actual science. But someone else said that they felt that a lot of the static systems don't feel like the sword and sorcery style magic that they remember from the books they've read. And they made a comment, and I'm going to read it here. This is from Deep End of the Dice Pool. It talks about the fact that I think the key to pulp SNS magic is that it's mostly indirect. It works through an agent. You summon demons to do dirty work. You will topple cliffs onto people. You cause some poor guy's heart to leap into your hand, but you don't shoot fireballs at folks. And I think he has a point. I'm assuming it's a he. I apologize if you're female. That kind of magic is usually indirect. I just haven't seen a lot of it in role-playing games. I don't know many role-playing games that really emulate that kind of indirect, soft magic, as opposed to the hard magic that a lot of static systems use, where you're pointing your finger at somebody and firing a lightning bolt or a magic missile, or you're waving your hand and you're lifting them up to the air and slamming them against a wall or something. The very direct, force-like powers that you find in Star Wars. How many role-playing games out there really emulate that softer sword and sorcery style? Now, one I did think of off the top of my head, at work last night was I think it was second edition GURPS, and they had an option. I think it was in the Magic book, if I remember correctly. I think I still have it somewhere. And in it was based on rune casting. So you had your bag of runes, and this is actually a bag of runes, and you reach into the bag of runes, and you take 2 runes. Oops. There we go. A blank one and this one here. And no, I cannot recall off the top of my head what these mean. A blank one obviously means different things, but I don't remember what they mean. But these are my runes, and I have used them on occasion. And then you take that and you combine them with the environment around you. So say you pulled fire and travel. Your enemy has a torch. You take the fire from the torch and you move it onto his face, which he really doesn't appreciate. But that would be an example of indirect, dynamic, very sword and sorcery style cinematic magic, not the tried and true push, pull, click, click style that a lot of static magic is, or psionics. And I think there may have been someone mentioning that GURP system that allowed you to use magic as often as you wanted to, but as you used it more, it became less predictable. Now, I don't particularly like that model because I have a very low risk threshold. I don't like risk in real life. I don't gamble. I don't do dangerous exotic sports, okay? I don't mountain climb. I don't like risk. Never have. So if I were in a world where using magic more than X times a day was going to mean I might have it blow up in my face, I'm not going to use magic more than X times a day, which kind of makes being a magic user of some variety a lot less attractive. So, what games have you seen that you think really emulate the magic found in sword and sorcery pulp fiction? What's your favorite if there's more than one? I'd like to know.